Agirl's Chronicles, Episode 20. The cold evening breeze brushed lightly against Agirl's face as she knelt by the shallow grave behind the abandoned hut. Her trembling fingers slowly lifted the lid of the clay pot she had dug up, and her breath caught. Inside, glittering softly even in the dim light, were bars of gold, smooth, heavy, and shining, and bundles of currency she had never seen before. The pot was filled to the brim with strange foreign notes, crisp and untouched, and beneath them, more gold dust and jewelry sparkled faintly as though they had been waiting for her all along. Agirl gasped, her mouth open, her eyes wide. What is all this?" she whispered, clutching her baby close. For a moment, she looked around, half expecting someone to appear from the bushes to claim it. But there was no one. The forest behind the hut remained quiet, except for the chirping of distant crickets. She thought long and hard, could this have belonged to the widow? The thought sent shivers down her spine. Maybe the old woman had hidden her treasures before dying alone. Agirl looked at the gold again and whispered under her breath, "If this is truly yours, Mama, may your spirit rest in peace. I will not misuse it." With tears in her eyes, she gently wrapped the widow's bones back in the mat and buried them properly beside the pot. But before covering the grave completely, she made a decision: she would leave half of the gold buried in the grave, as a token of respect, and take only the other half with her. Carefully, she wrapped the gold in a thick cloth and hid it in her bag, whispering a short prayer of thanks to God and to the unknown widow. That night, she made a small meal with the last of her cassava and lay beside her baby, her mind racing. She didn't sleep much. She knew this discovery could change everything. By morning, she bathed quickly, bathed her baby, dressed up, and headed straight to the village hospital. She met the same doctor who had once treated her. "Doctor," she said softly, "I need to know where I can get help, real help, to fix my body." The doctor smiled kindly. "You're brave for coming back," he said. "There's a city hospital that specializes in your kind of surgery. I'll write down their address." He scribbled the details on a sheet of paper and handed it to her. "This is the place. Go there with this referral letter. Show it to the doctor in charge, they will understand everything." Agirl thanked him deeply. She held her baby tight, clutching the envelope as though her life depended on it. The glimmer of hope on her face made the doctor smile as she walked away. Meanwhile, Bolingo had long returned to another city. He didn't know what Agirl was going through. His days were filled with work and survival, far from the village and unaware of her struggles. Agirl returned home, prepared the gold carefully, and wrapped it around her waist. She wore 2 layers of clothes, one to help absorb her leaking urine and another to cover the stains. Then, she packed a few belongings, strapped her baby to her back, and set off for the city. The journey was long and bumpy. The old bus rattled as it rolled down the dusty road. Passengers complained about the heat, but Agirl sat quietly, afraid to move too much. Every time the vehicle stopped, she would adjust her wrapper carefully to make sure no one noticed her condition. She stared out the window, holding her baby close, her thoughts far away. After hours of travel, the sight of the city hit her like a dream. Tall, shining buildings rose into the sky. Cars honked endlessly. Electric poles lined the wide streets, and shops glittered with lights she had never seen before. Agirl stopped and stared, her eyes full of wonder. "So this kind of life exists," she whispered to herself, half smiling, half crying. Following the directions on the paper, she walked for several minutes until she found a large white hospital with a glass entrance. The letters above read, "City General Specialist Hospital." Her heart pounded. She stepped inside, clutching her baby. At the front desk, she handed the envelope to the receptionist, who looked at it and immediately led her to the doctor's office. When the doctor opened the referral letter from the village, he understood everything instantly. He looked up at her with compassion. "You're welcome, my dear. Please sit." He spoke gently, explaining how the surgery would be done, how long recovery might take, and how important it was for her to have someone to help with her baby during her treatment. "Do you have any relatives in the city?" he asked kindly. Agirl shook her head. Tears welled up in her eyes. "No, sir. It's just me and my baby." The doctor paused, his heart heavy. "Don't cry," he said softly. "We'll help you find a shortlet apartment close to the hospital, and we can arrange a nanny to care for your baby while you recover." Agirl nodded slowly, wiping her tears. Then she whispered fearfully, "Doctor, I don't have money for all this, but I have something I can sell to pay." The doctor blinked, surprised. "Something to sell?" He laughed gently, assuming she meant a goat or a piece of land. "My dear, what could you possibly have?" he asked, smiling. Agirl didn't respond. She reached into her bag and carefully brought out a small folded cloth. As she unfolded it, a dull golden light filled the room. Inside were several bars of gold, perfectly polished, heavy and real. The doctor froze. His smile vanished. His pen slipped from his hand. He stared in disbelief. Where did you get this?" he stammered, his voice trembling slightly. Agirl looked down, clutching her baby and whispering, "Doctor, please, all I want is to be healed. I found it, and I believe God sent it to help me." The room fell silent. The doctor leaned back slowly in his chair, eyes still fixed on the gold. He took a deep breath, realizing this young village girl had just brought something that could change her fate forever. He nodded gently, "My child, your healing has come." Agirl closed her eyes and wept quietly, holding her baby tighter as tears rolled down her cheeks, tears of fear, disbelief, and new hope. To be continued.